What's up guys, it's Coda Boy. Today we are at the Parley AIR Station. It's Friday around 4 p.m. and every second Friday of the month we have a special event called the Sunset Session, and it's the coolest thing ever. You definitely have to be here to get the full experience of it. It's super sick. We basically just get somebody from the community, like a professional, a scientist, an artist, somebody experienced in the environmental community, and we have them talk for an hour or so, and a bunch of people get to come out from the community, of course, and chill out in the space we have over there. The presenter gets to show off their art, their project, whatever they're working on. And we just talk about science, we talk about the environment, we talk about the earth and the ocean. And we just chill out and have a good time. Also, we're starting to incorporate these things called vintage markets here. It's pretty sick. I'll show you around and yes. And it's awesome cause the money lets us be a slave. The corporate greed that step on us to get the power that they crave. I can't behave the way they have my mom and dad and friends enslaved to this old game. The planet's slowly dying, I can't walk away. And I won't hesitate to heal myself, to heal the world. Cause people nowadays have walked away from how they really feel. So now the earth is broken like our hearts, I'm gonna keep it real. The people of this planet come apart and keep their love concealed. Maybe then would I feel less alone? All these people next to me, but they're all on their phones. All these people in the world, but nobody. This is Ray's station. Ray is a super cool scientist. He works for the Surf Rider Foundation. This is his stuff. This is Seed World. And this is what he does. He works a lot hands-on with microplastics and separating the plastic from the natural debris in the ocean and on the land. Look at this is a microscope. It's pretty cool. But this is the coolest thing about him. This is his dog. Hello, pal. He comes with him wherever he goes. He comes to all the cleanups. He's chilling. He's a mascot. This is the stank master. Stank! Post it.
What's up?
What's your name?
My name is Ray Abazian.
What you do?
I play with trash.
Sick. Creator of the trash time machine here.
I do lots of trash things, yeah man. I created a system that removes microplastics from beach sand or shoreline sediment, and then a system that separates natural and synthetic material by just using water and physics. Utilizing both of these systems, I also work at the Center for Marine Debris Research. At that research station, we looked at both of these systems. The buoyancy separation device has a 99.99% efficiency at removing microplastic particles down to 25 microns. Wow. It's about a quarter the size of your human hair. Wow. Red blood cell is about 8 microns, white blood cell is about 10. So think about how small that is, to where it's literally invisible to the human eye. So that's able to remove those particles, and then this system is separating the natural and synthetic material, which is what is allowing us to quantify how much material is washing on our shores, and kind of showing to the polymer industry that microplastics do persist in the environment down to that size. Because previously, nobody was able to research because we were using chemicals to dissolve the natural material to look at the plastics, but it was also dissolving the plastics in the process too. Because we're just using water and physics, we can show these extremely small particles that, again, were believed to not be existing in our environment. So it's opening up a whole new field of science. Because both of these systems are open source, it's allowing people to help give back to their communities and to others, and yeah, just help make a bigger impact globally.
Right on, that's super impressive.
Thanks.
Awesome, dude. Okay, one more question. If there's only one thing that you could tell somebody watching this video on how they can help the ocean, what would it be?
Continue to talk about the problem. Continue to raise awareness on the problem, because that's the only way that we're going to stop it, is by bringing the people together. Because the polymer industry, they don't care. Petroleum industry, they don't care. We can enact policy and legislation, but that's not going to happen unless the people know about the problem, they come together, and then we can create these laws.
Right.
So talk about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. You?
Yeah, brother. Only go on one way. So you're just hand tight. You're not trying to like go crazy tight with it, just finger tight. These gases out of this chamber and out of those cells, we're kind of squeezing it like a sponge, right? We're putting it under this intense pressure. And it's not positive pressure, but negative. Remember, pulling it up. So as we continue to pull more and more gas out of here, and as our pressure starts to drop deeper and deeper, it's actually boiling the water. Most people think of boiling as a process where you need to add heat. But boiling is just the transitionary phase from a liquid to a gas. So because we are changing the atmospheric pressure within this chamber, we are able to boil water at normal air temperature here. So this water, without it getting hot, it's actually getting cold. Wow. So I created the buoyancy separation device, and that works obviously great at getting rid of the microplastics, for removing the microplastics, but now we have all of this, the sticks, the leaves, all of this stuff, right? Like, we don't want this stuff in with our plastics. We want just the plastics. We don't want any of this other junk. So I really like science and physics, and I think outside the box on things. And so I created an independent study at the university to look at how we could separate this. And I used positive pressure. I just let the material sit in water for like 2 weeks, and it did separate some of it, and that's where I came up with this system, removing the material. But I also tried static electricity, and static electricity actually works really well too, but only for the smaller particles. So if you think about taking a balloon and rubbing it on your hair, right, it's able to pull your hair to a certain distance. But you can do that also with the natural materials. Plastics are non-conductive, right? We coat all of our electronics in plastics because it's not going to be conductive. So if I created a little conveyor belt and a Van de Graaff generator, which is just like a static electricity generator, and I had the conveyor belt moving towards the Van de Graaff generator, and it was pulling all of the natural material to the generator, and then all the plastics flow down. So that works, but it costs more energy than this system here. The material needs to be dry because if it's wet, it's not going to work, and it's only working on the smaller material, so you would need to grind it down.
And what's the name of the technology?
I call it a trash time machine.
Trash time machine!
And I call it the trash time machine just as like a fun play on words, because again, what we're doing in this system is we're just speeding up the process of nature, right? If you were to leave sticks, leaves, wood, any of that in water for a long period of time, days, weeks, we don't know, months, that material becomes waterlogged and it sinks. In this chamber, we're just speeding up that process by pulling all of the air out of all of the cells.
So this is a beautiful rainbow right here. We get these often to eat, but this one's like perfect. Out here at the Bishop Museum, Honolulu, Hawaii. If you haven't been here, I highly recommend checking it out. King Kamehameha studied here. So did the Duke, I think. I'm not sure, don't fact check me. But look at that, it's beautiful. Shout out to the Bishop Museum for letting us stay on their property. They just extended the lease. We're gonna be here for another 2 years, baby, let's go. We got some vintage market dudes. Pretty sick. Selling their gear. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff here. Pretty cool guys. Shout out to these guys. For the YouTube. Yeah.
Come on through. All seeds have a much more compact cellular structure than the other sticks and leaves, so you're going to get these sticks and some of these mangrove pods are still going to be buoyant. However, not all of them will, but some of them are still going to be floating if you do this process 2 times, 3 times, so you get a much better separation. But these seeds have, again, a much more compact cellular structure, so it's harder to pull all of the gases out. And you get the large pieces, the small pieces. The nets are another big piece.
What's up, guys? It's Coda, and now it's like, it's pretty late. Not late, but everybody's here and everybody's chilling and stuff. So I'm gonna show you guys what's up. Got the new drip right here. I just made this out of microplastics. Pretty sick. Here we got the Surf Rider. This is another non-profit here on Oahu. They do cleanups and events and get people together. Good stuff, good stuff. There's a lot of cleanups in the North Shore. Look, so we have like a full house today. Everybody's on all of the cushions. We got our parlay game, and then that's Kate, professional photographer, and this is the sunset session. Ray is gonna talk right here. He's right there. Big man. He's gonna talk pretty soon. It's pretty sick. Everybody's having a good time, and we got the vintage Mikey going on. Now everybody's chilling. We got POG or Passion Orange Guava over there. They're playing music tonight. So grateful for them. And yeah, Ray looks like he's about to talk real soon. So we're gonna go have a seat and I'll catch you guys.
Alright, we got an exciting crowd. I like it. And this is a really special week because we had World Oceans Day happening this past Wednesday. Woo! And we love it so much that we celebrate the day, the week, the month, and the year, because every day should be World Oceans Day. We should always protect what we love, and we are very blessed to be here in Hawaii, surrounded by this beautiful ocean around us.
So if you guys haven't been to this site before, or this is your first time, this is the Parley AIR Station. So behind me and to the side of me, we have our two upcycled storage containers. We have a 20-foot and a 40-foot that compose this site. Essentially, it's an open-air classroom where we teach people about ocean issues, more specifically plastic pollution.
So again, my name is Ray Avazian, and next to me is Dr. Jennifer Lynch, and we're just going to start off by showing you a video that's going to kind of like encompass all of the work that we're doing in like a short little clip.
We know globally that we have a plastic pollution problem. While there are countless organizations and people around the world that are doing their part to combat this issue, there's still a significant amount of material that has not been removed. These are called microplastics. We saw this as an issue and created SEED. SEED is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to providing education and technology to people around the world to help solve this.
So we have to raise awareness on this, and we also have to remove this material. So I created an open source invention that I call a buoyancy separation device. This system is used for our nonprofit side to where anyone in the world can create the system and help improve their environment and educate their community. We've done work in Australia, Sri Lanka, Texas, Florida, California, Maui, Big Island. Like it's great because again, this is just open source where anyone in the world that wants to help, wants to create it, can. And that system again is just using ocean water to float the plastics out. Because everything that's coming up on our shores, it floats down to the smallest particle. So that system is here behind me if you wanted to come and like take a look at it later. You saw like the video. But again, it's a very simple system.
Oh my God. Did India just left her chicken here? What is this? What is going on? She just left her chicken right here. Oh no. What are we gonna do about this?
Eat your chicken.
Get your chicken.
This is not eat your greens. Eat your chicken. India.